man. I hope you feel better. Is everything all right with you? All right, let's get this started. Uh,
Fantastic on the screen, coolest gamer ever seen. Streams are lit and always keen. He's the nerdy king of every scene. Geeky John lights up the day. Joystick pro in every way. Ladies love his gameplay. Extraordinary, all they say. Fantastic, fantastic, nerdy, geeky, and fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, and it's entertaining and bombastic.
hello, everybody. I'm Kevtastic. I am Meet Me's Cartoon Cat, and this is Talk Nerdy to Me. Here, where we talk about tech, gadgets, gaming, and collectibles. Tonight, we have Air Raid and Mr. Fixit on tonight. Mr. Fixit will be talking about his Star Wars collection. Air Raid will be talking about video games. So let's welcome Air Raid to the box. And we're going to do this one person at a time, and then we'll have you guys both in the box, and we'll just talk about the tech stuff.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Hey,
Welcome to the show. I'm gonna make you full screen.
Hi, everyone. Hey, I'm better known as Air Raid Siren. I'm having some technical difficulties with my main account, so I'm on here as a tech enthusiast. First, I want to thank Kevtastic for having me. For those of you that might be supporting or favor me at all, my ask is just do a search for Air Raid Siren. It's 3 words: airspace, raid space, siren. Fave, support through DM, whatever. Don't fave to this account if you do anything. I'm so happy to be here. Kev, I've been gaming for 40 years plus. It started for me with the Atari 2600. And then I got onto ColecoVision, and we had Intellivision, and then as we kind of moved along, we got into the PC gaming, and all the consoles came out in the home now. Myself and my boys, just to kind of give you an idea, on the Xbox side of things, we have 2 Xbox Series X's, an Xbox Series S, an Xbox One X, 3 Xbox Ones, an Xbox 360, and an original Xbox. On the PlayStation side, we have a PS5, PS4 Pro, PS3, PS2, PS1, and Nintendo Wii. And I do a bit of mobile gaming, so it's just something that we've always found near and dear. I will tell you that for a period of time, I worked for Microsoft as a commercial marketing manager. I provided regional support on a regional basis for New England. I handled Windows, Microsoft Surface, Office, and Xbox. And I'm here to talk to you guys about a set of games that I have absolutely, and many people actually have absolutely loved. I could talk about a lot of games. This particular game kind of checks all the boxes for me, which is number one, how's the playability? Is it a good game? Is it a challenge? Is it, does it work well? Number two, does it have a good story? Is it something that you can actually be interested in, not, doesn't get old quickly? Number three, does it look great? And number four, does it sound great? And this is amazing. This came out, I'm going to talk to you about a game that came out, it's probably been about 7 or 8 years ago. A studio called Moon Studios, which ended up being purchased by Microsoft, came out with a game called Ori and the Blind Forest. Before I flip the camera to show you guys, the type of game this is what's called a platformer. So for those of you who don't know gaming, platformer is typically a game kind of like in the old days where you have something that
Mario.
kind of like it moves left and right and up and down. It's not a 3-dimensional game like the shooters and all that. And more specifically, it's called Metroidvania, which is kind of a style of that type of game where you're doing a lot of problem solving and puzzles and stuff like that. As a single dad, I had limited time to game, but this is the kind of game you can kind of come in, do a bit, and save it and get out, and then revisit it. and I've played through this game about 4 times already. So originally, the game. Let me go ahead and flip the screen for you guys. Originally, when this game came out, it was called Ori and the Blind Forest. This game, by the way, that I'm talking about is available on PC. So if you're a PC gamer, this is available to you. And it's also on the Xbox platform. What you do is when you're starting a game, it starts with the story. So I'm going to take a moment actually to play you guys the prologue cutscene, and then I'll talk through it a little bit, and then I'll show you a little bit of gameplay on this and its sequel. All right, so right here, here's the original premise of the story. I'll turn the volume up a little.
I love the visuals. Yeah, because you're looking for a game that has rich story that you can connect with the characters and stuff. So that's cool.
I'll bring that in a little closer for you guys. How's that look and sound, okay?
That's great. Yeah. The video games are like little movies. It's amazing.
So like all good games have to start with grabbing you with caring about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And this, even when I first saw this prologue, now this is before HDR gaming came out, which you'll see in the sequel has HDR gaming. So graphically, things have come leaps and bounds even since this. But immediately, I found this to be absolutely stunning and beautiful. And basically, this is just laying the groundwork for what happened to create Ori and get things going. But what is nice about this is even the prologue is interactive. So notice that character standing there. I'm like, oh, I have to do something. So here I go. So guys, this is even in the prologue. You're kind of starting the game up. And I found that to be a nice way to get engaged instead of sitting through a video and getting bored. So as you can see, this guy's coming down here. And it's been quite a while since I played this actually. Okay, he's jumping up. And sure enough,
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. I've played a game like that before, where like it was a whole interactive thing before the game actually started, and that was like the whole intro.
yes.
It's pretty cool.
That little white figure is called, that's Ori. And this is a creature that found Ori and took Ori in. And Kevin, if you can translate this language, I'll be very impressed.
I'm impressed I speak English well.
So here we go. Ori's going to go for a walk now. So same kind of thing.
I've never played this, but I love the visuals of it. So what's the point of the game?
Well, the original game puts you through a series of challenges where ultimately you're trying to get Ori to rescue the forest, bring it back to what it used to be. So this story, as I do a horrible job jumping, sorry. It's like me in real life, just too heavy. There we go, heavy as a Chevy. All right, you'll see the game sets up happy at times when the forest was vibrant and beautiful. And again, admittedly, the prologue takes a little while, but it kind of just shows all the good stuff. And then to no surprise, we're going to find that things go sour.
I love the ray of light that comes through the forest.
So you see graphically, just in the original game, the use of color and all that, it's nothing short of beautiful. People that I've obviously turned a lot of people onto the game over the years. They've all felt the same way. So this guy's here is basically just hanging out, eating. Now this is where things start, I think, to go sour. So you can see Ori's just going to kind of move along here.
Oh, you can control him too.
Yep, so he's going here, so I think he's going to try to run back this way. But again, this is just... So something bad's about to happen, I think.
Everyone who's just joining, this is Talk Nerdy to Me. I am the host, Kevtastic Gamer, and this is Air Raid Siren in the box, showing off what was the name of the game? Ori.
Well, the original game that you're seeing right now in the prologue is Ori and the Blind Forest. Ori and the Blind Forest. And this is when
And then,
all heck breaks loose, I think. So something's going on. They run into the castle, into the cave. I say castle. Yeah, castle. And what happens is all the food goes away. So they were having a good old time eating all that food. Hey, Katarina, how you doing? And sadly, that beast of a panda there. There's the last piece of fruit.
oh, so like pretty much
I would
the whole fruit was all like the food's all gone. Now you got to restore the forest
yes,
through
this is all,
challenges.
it's all barren now.
Yeah.
So I think Mom here was trying to hang in there for a while, and she was trying to. So really, the premise of the game is the forest is dead, and Ori's on a mission to bring it back to life. And what happens is during the game, you progressively pick up skills. So what I'll do is I will. Sadly, this guy passes away. So I'm going to jump out of this for a second because I know we only have limited time here. But just kind of give you a taste. I've played this game again, like I said. So if I go into start game, these are games I already played through. So I've actually played the game 5 times and completed it. So if somebody was starting a brand new game, which I'll do right now, it takes you into the prologue. I'm going to skip out of that. So that game, again, amazing. It's very challenging at times. I'm not going to lie to you. I pulled my hair out on several occasions playing this. Absolutely.
I've had games like that too.
Highly rated game. It's fun. It gets tougher and tougher, but you get more skilled as you move along. You pick up more abilities. You discover things. The Will-O-The-Wisp, now just to show you the jump in graphics, because again, I'm a home theater geek and I'm a tech geek in general, is what's called high dynamic range has emerged in TVs. So this is a sequel game called Ori and the Will-O-The-Wisps. Similar premise. This one you kind of face 4 boss enemies. And this game I actually have not completed yet. So I'm going to just give you a taste. I'm in a game that's in progress. And you'll see immediately there's much more vivid picture. And I have my OLED toned down as much as I can, but this is still going to come screaming through in the camera. But just to kind of give you guys a taste, I'll just kind of jump around here. And when you're in here, I can move on to different places. So let's see if we can go somewhere else. Let's see, let's find, okay, we'll jump back here.
Those of you who's just joining, I'm Kevtastic Gamer. This is Talk Nerdy to Me, where we talk about tech, gadgets, gaming, and collectibles. This is Air Raid Siren in the box, talking about one of his beloved video games that he's been playing for a while, and the graphics are just amazing.
Yeah, again, it's a stunning game. Again, not a walkover, tough game, but it's fair. It's fair, but
hand drawn, right? With computer.
There's a flavor on the graphics. The graphics on this, I mean, it's really a work of art. So
It is.
So I just wanted to kind of share this with you guys. I've been gushing about this franchise for a long time. Other games I love, like on the Xbox platform, which is where I do more of my gaming. I love, of course, the whole Halo series. I'm a big Destiny fan, which is
I love Fable.
Yeah, and the guys that made that, and there's some other great franchises like Gears of War has some great stuff if you like the shooters.
Yes.
I tend to prefer the shooters when you're like battling against aliens from other worlds versus shooting people in the city. That's just me, but I could say that those are my favorite franchises. On the PlayStation side, I remember Atari.
Atari.
I'm going to show you one other game real quick. Atari you can get all the games on here now. There's a simulation, so I'll show you guys this real quick.
Oh yeah, the emulators with the ROMs. Yeah,
Yeah, so they have it on. Yeah, I'll show you guys real quick. So
I
we have
love
a
the old school games. They're the
100
best.
game, which is really cool. But if I go to some of my favorite here, give you guys a quick taste. You guys just
You know
okay.
what's cool about old games
I'm gonna show
and
you
games that people grown up with? You can kind of relive your childhood by playing them.
well,
It starts sparking those memories. That's pretty cool.
here's the game that I used to absolutely love on Atari. I'm gonna show you real quick. So there's a game on here called Adventure. There's asteroids. I didn't mean to hit that actually. Sorry about that. All right, so Adventure. I don't know if you remember this is a game. Actually, anybody here seen Ready Player One? The movie?
I've seen that. Yeah.
All right, this game actually makes an appearance on the grid. It's called Adventure, where you have to find basically the golden chalice and then bring it back to your castle. So I'm just gonna. This is old school graphics. This is. I have the original 2600 still downstairs. I don't have it hooked up, but this is a great simulation of it. So I'll give you guys just a quick taste of it. So, for example, and hopefully you guys can see this okay. But this is proof that you don't need fancy graphics to have an awesome game. So you,
That is true.
I open up a yellow castle. I got an arrow. I got to try to. Okay, I got the dragon. I'm off to a good start. Anybody know this game?
I've never heard of the game before, but Atari is what brought home gaming. That's what started it all.
So I got to find the black key in there. So this, again, there's a challenge to this game. But I was playing this game, Kevtastic. I'm not kidding. Probably around 1980, 81. So that's what, 40 years ago or so. It's aged well. I mean, this is proof. And again, I got to try to pass this guy. So the next thing I got to do is go. This game. This is the shorter version of it. There's actually a more longer random version, but I thought this would be good for a demo. Now this again doesn't have world-class graphics and beauty, but it's just damn fun. You know, and there's a magnet. Now there's a. Okay, now I got to try not to get eaten. Let's see if I can make a run for it. Get that drum roll going. Oh no.
And it goes back to what I was saying.
Let's see if I
How it brings back those childhood memories of sitting there playing the game and enjoying it and bringing back those memories. So it's like not only the games are a lot of fun, but they hold a lot of sentimental memories too.
Yes, I'm going to show you one more that's a classic game reborn. We all know Tetris, right?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Remember that on the Game Boy.
All right, so you know we've all played that every way to Sunday, but this game came out. This is another example. So this, I've showed you a beautiful, unique game. I've showed you an old school game that's fun without amazing graphics. This is an amazing rendition of a classic game where they've blended something that was already fun with just amazing HDR. So I'm going to show you guys this real quick as my final thing here, and then we could talk if you'd like. This is called Tetris Effect. This is available on both PlayStation, Xbox, and I believe it's also available on PC. But you're
And
gonna,
VR.
I'm just like, this is another one that just floors you. I'll see if I can actually go back to like the first step just to give you a taste. I think it should let me do it. So let's see, we'll go beginner. So I want to go all the way to the first one so you can see this. And it has a phenomenal music too. So check this out. So first of all, watch the graphics here, guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna go, I'll just do a couple quick ones here. And a song kicks in. And you know, if you have a haptic feedback and control, that means you can feel the vibrations and everything. So this hasn't really put together, but have you ever seen Tetris like this? I mean, this is just,
No, I don't remember this came out for VR. So imagine seeing that like up close in VR. That's amazing with the graphics and stuff.
and you'll hear a tune kick in too. But again, I'll just do a little bit of this just to kind of give you guys a sample.
I love Tetris.
But this
And
is proof you can breathe new life into something that is already very familiar.
absolutely.
It's a good challenge too. This is a not the easiest game to come down the pike.
Like I'm a gamer. I stream gaming. I grew up gaming. I mean, I remember my first system was the original Nintendo with Mario Brothers and then the Track Runner and Duck Hunter. That was great.
Did you ever play Donkey Kong on ColecoVision back in the day?
No,
At the time,
Nintendo was the only system I really played back in the day. I mean, I had Nintendo, Sega, and Super and PlayStation, but like when I was a kid, like little one, I remember Nintendo was my first one. I never played the predecessors.
so guys in the comments, what do you think of how this looks and sounds? The music's pretty cool, by the way. You know, it's funny, Kevtastic. Atari, you know, I used to go to the arcade with quarters. We used to walk there and play games. The separation between the graphics at the arcade versus, for example, the Atari was miles different. The first console that made a big jump that I noticed, bridging that gap, was that ColecoVision. Um, so that was kind of a significant point. But again, you hear this good tunes. You can't feel the vibration I'm saying, but hopefully you guys can just see. So that's basically, in a nutshell, just a little taste of how you can take a great game. All three of those games are just great games in their own right. Uh, and when you're able to put HDR in and beautiful music and colors, it really becomes that much more immersive. But at the end of the day, a good game is a good game. So I figured I'd just share that with you. I'll flip the camera back to me unless you guys have any questions. So it's always fun to talk tech and be a geek here. So
I'm gonna. Is Mister Fix It still here? Because I'm gonna have him pop in, and then we'll have you guys do your plugins and any questions anybody might have for you guys. Um. So, Mister Fix It, are you still here? All right, he's requested a box. I'm going to switch you guys out, and then stick around because I'll have you guys come back into box together.
Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you being here tonight. So, you are showing off your Star Wars collection, right?
It's a little bit of it. I don't have much with me. I thought I had more than I do. I can show you a little bit of it. Like I said, I'm not feeling too well, so I took all out where I had it set up, and I'll just show you on camera like one at a time. They're all small little things. Like I have little stormtrooper. This used to be my favorite. It's
Yoda. Everybody loves
I don't
Yoda.
know if it still works. No, it's dead now, but it talks and mouth moves and everything. One of the original Empire Strikes Back Han Solos.
Oh, nice.
Yoda is one of my favorites, so I have one of the small Yoda. The Play School Heroes. One of the original soap containers.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then my Lego Darth Vader.
I can't really see it too good. It's kind of dark.
I don't have my light here. So hold on.
I love the Lego stuff. Did you ever play the Lego Star Wars? Because I know they have out a the Lego Saga one, which goes through the entire movie series.
Yeah, right here.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's
here.
actually pretty cool.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Is that a clock?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
And then I have I don't have them all. I only have two of them with me. But I have 2 of the Darth Vader Marvel comics.
Oh, I didn't even know Marvel put out the comics.
Yeah,
Oh,
One.
that is nice.
and there's the number 2.
That is awesome.
It's a great storyline. They talk about how Padme had a clone.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, what got you into collecting Star Wars stuff?
I've loved Star Wars my whole life, so it just came natural. If I saw Star Wars, I was buying it. I used to work at Kmart, so when these came out,
That's pretty
I got the
cool.
whole set.
Nice.
Then I have the Star Wars game on my PlayStation 2, the last 2 that just came out.
That's pretty cool. So, what's your favorite collectible of Star Wars and why?
My favorite is the one that's in storage. I have the 1978 Millennium Falcon.
Wow.
It's got
That one's probably worth a
storage
chunk of
areas for all
change.
the characters.
That's pretty cool. So, those of you who are joining us right now, I'm Kevtastic. This is Talk to Me Nerdy, where we talk about tech, gadgets, collectibles, and video game. I have Mr. Fixit in a box here talking about his Star Wars collection that he has, which is really cool. So, like, do you have like a complete line of them, or is it just like mix and match of what you thought was pretty cool?
I have mix and match. The complete lines I have are books. I have the Yuzan Bong series, the Fate of the Jedi series, and I forget what the name of it was, but I call it the Alabath series.
Yeah, I know they made a lot of books and stuff. So, what are your thoughts on the new Star Wars stuff compared to the old Star Wars stuff, like the TV shows and all that? Like,
I love the TV shows. The movies, they could have done a lot better. The final movie, the original screenplay for it was so much better than what the movie actually came out as. They were supposed to have like Luke and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin and all the Jedi coming back to fight Darth Sidious at the end.
wow, that would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
I heard they're coming out with a new one that's going to continue it in that. But what is your favorite like TV series that's out right now, and what do you hope that they're actually going to either do as movie or TV series next?
The favorite TV series right now is either a toss up between Obi-Wan and the newest one that's out, the Acolyte. I like the older stuff where they're talking about the older before Skywalker.
I haven't seen that yet. That is on my list to watch. Obi-Wan I saw, and I heard it's getting a season 2.
Yes, it is.
So that's exciting.
I'm hoping that they do what they've been saying about going to like the Old Republic, like the game, and they're talking about having Keanu Reeves as one of the Jedi, which would make sense
That would be
because
cool.
Acolyte has Trinity from Matrix as one of the Jedi.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember seeing about that. Yeah, that would be cool to have them in there because I heard Marvel's got is talking to Keanu Reeves about doing a character, so that would be pretty cool to see him do like 2 things Disney has their hands in, Marvel and Star Wars. That would be very interesting to see.
Yeah,
for sure. Especially since Marvel did put out the Star Wars comics, which is funny.
Yeah.
And then what, years later, Disney winds up owning both. That's insane. That's hilarious. So, Now, Star Wars, what I remember from when I was a kid, like I have a couple Star Wars things. I have the main girl from the Solo movie, and I also have the UFC girl figure that they canceled. I managed to get my hands on that. But Yoda is one of my favorite characters as well. That's pretty cool when they had the little baby Yoda Gru guy. It was pretty cool. Um, what I love about Star Wars a lot is that when the first movie came out, they had to literally make up a lot of effects that actually changed the way movies did sci-fi and action movies and stuff because of the basically they invented a lot of visual effects and stuff, and I think that was amazing. Like it was groundbreaking what they did, and I think that was just absolutely amazing, and that's what makes me love Star Wars so much because like it really did a lot for the industry, and also it's got a good story and the whole story behind it where George Lucas went to Fox with this big old pile of papers pretty much, and they liked it, but they didn't really have too much faith in it. So they said, all right, we'll do this, this, and this. And they let him have the rights to everything. They screwed up on that one because that soared off so much. And the toy line alone made a fortune. So, and I remember hearing about him explaining why he didn't do it in order. He did it the way he did because technology back then wasn't up to what he needed to be able to do the first three. So he started kind of like, I guess, in the middle.
Yep.
Because now they're supposedly continuing it. Like the new ones were supposed to be the continuation and the wrap up of everything, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the ones. But my favorite TV show is The Mandalorian because I like how it ties in with. I think it was right after they destroyed the first Death Star, I believe.
It's the second Death Stars after.
Second Death Star.
Yeah.
So it is cool how it ties in with everything, and I also enjoyed Boba Fett. Boba Fett was pretty good. But I like the interaction with the Mandalorian and the little baby Gru, and how they kind of formed that bond there. And it's just I like how Star Wars can be serious yet funny at the same time, and I think that's really good. They found that balance, and that's what really made it such a great thing too for me.
Yep.
So like, I grew up with that stuff. I grew up with Star Trek, Star Wars, all that stuff. I was like, I think that was mainly a lot of kids' childhoods our age,
Yep. I could never get into the Star Trek.
What I like about Star Trek was that
Star Wars for me, I love the Ewoks cartoons, the droids
yes, I
cartoons.
just started watching that again. Yes. The droids cartoon. Yeah, the Ewoks are great. Yo, those Ewoks, I think my favorite character would be besides Yoda would be the Ewoks because they are insane.
Yep.
They're like I remember playing Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 1, the original one. And I remember hearing the little Ewoks and just being like, well, I'm screwed. I'm like, yep, I'm screwed. There's no stopping those guys. So Yoda's your ultimate favorite guy. What would be like your top three besides Yoda being your number one? Would be Yoda too.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, everybody likes Chewie.
And then it's either a toss up between Princess Leia and Darth Vader.
Now, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back.
Mine is the third one. And that's because the emotional change of how Vader turns from good to evil, I think that was really phenomenal. Just how that would play out. Like it really gave you an in-depth idea of who he was and how he was manipulated into thinking that they were against him and how he changed. I think that was really, really fascinating. Like just that scene in that movie was just wow, that was pretty cool.
Yep. Another one of my collectibles that I don't have here was do you remember they did the Black Series that were in the bigger box?
Yeah.
They had the slave costume Leia, and they discontinued that just after they brought it out. And I got one of the only ones that came out. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow, that'd probably be one of your most valuable pieces next to that big, huge Millennium Falcon, probably.
yep. And
'Cause
it's
how
still
short it was out for.
packaging and everything still. So
You see, I try to keep things in a package sometimes, but like I like to display them. I do wish I did get two of those. That girl that was canceled, because I know that's probably worth a little bit. But the ones that I usually get doubles are the Masters of the Universe Origins, because I know they're going to be worth money. The Ghostbusters reboot, the Turtles reboot stuff when they re-releases them. I get those doubles of them because I know they're going to be worth money later on, and I really don't want to sell my collection, so I'll sell them and the Batmobiles that I have of Hot Wheels. But if I were to start collecting Star Wars stuff, I probably would buy doubles of those because I know Star Wars can be very, very, very collectible stuff. And I think it's stupid that, for whatever reason was the reason that they canceled that girl's figure, because she was one of the most popular characters from The Mandalorian. Like they had pre-orders out the cazoose that they canceled.
yep.
Which I think was very stupid. It's like, what? They should have you're a company, just sell the product. Who cares?
It's a political thing. That's why they canceled her.
Yeah, I always believe that political stuff should be separate from business. Business is business,
Yep.
It's just, I don't get that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's Star Wars. So you have anything else you want to share about Star Wars and your collection?
I think that's all. We've talked about everything that I have right now. So
Air Raid, you still here? So if Air Raid would box up real fast, please. We'll talk a little bit more about geeky stuff. Are you into gaming at all, or just collectibles and stuff like?
I play games.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said you had the games. Sorry, my brain's half dead tonight. So only so much can fit into my skull. I'm a cartoon cat. I mean, this standard bar should be really low as you can get it, but then lower it even more.
Hello, Mr. Fix-It.
Why is not letting me add him? There we go.
Hey, just so you know, I saw the original Star Wars in 1977 probably about 7 or 8 times in the movies.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm huge into Star Wars, and for whatever it's worth, my favorite is the original. It's none of the other movies were like it. I enjoyed Empire Strikes Back. The parts I tend to like on that and Return of the Jedi is definitely the Luke Vader story and the Emperor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was really cool.
The prequels, let's not go there. And the sequel, there were some things that were cool, but 70. It was just and I would highly recommend that anyone that hasn't seen the original Star Wars as is, you can actually watch it in 4K. Project 4K 77 and Project 4K 80 and 83. You can watch the original unaltered Star Wars in 4K. It looks amazing, and it's actually in many ways they're different movies from what happened after George Lucas decided to tinker with them in 1999 and beyond. So just figured I'd share.
Yeah, that's right. He added all that CGI crap that just, I don't know why he did that.
I still have the original videotapes.
Mr. Fix-It, how tall are you? I'm just curious.
6'7".
I say you make a great Chewie. You got the beard, you got the height. Can you give us a?
I don't do that. I can never do it. I don't know why.
Oh man,
Chewie was crazy too.
The one thing I am adding is I'm getting the Darth Vader costume for Halloween.
Nice.
It's a $640 costume.
Oof.
Sweet.
So it's like basically like movie accurate.
Yes.
Oh man, that's gonna be nice to see.
That reminds me about probably about 10 years ago. I was taking my sons trick or treating. For those of you that know me, I'm a single dad of twin boys. They're adults now, but they were once upon a time when they're young. One of them dressed up like Anakin Skywalker. The other one dressed up like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And all I had was, I didn't have the 600 something dollar costume, Mr. Fix It. I had just the Darth Vader mask, the one you can press and there's pre-recorded messages.
Yep.
So we did have the lightsabers, and I just went around. I just called myself Dad Vader. So we had a good time though. Had a lot of pictures.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was we had a blast. But yeah, my boys, we've watched them all together. Actually, even the you watch the animated stuff too, the Clone Wars and all that stuff.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
Bad Batch was really good. I'll tell you, finish that out.
Real fast before we get into more geeky fun talk. Starting with you, Air. Anything that you're like? Tell us a little bit about you, what you do on the app, any upcoming stuff you're going to be involved with, and stuff like that.
Well, first, everyone, I usually go by the name Air Raid Siren. I'm joining you tonight from a Plan B account due to some technical issues. Um, I've been doing this 5 weeks and 5 days. I started this to get in shape. I'm a full-time single dad, and I basically needed to do something now. I've been very blessed to have already a nice group of people coming in regularly and helping me do that, eating right, exercising, supplements. I'm on daily, just doing all that stuff. The camera goes with me. So really during the day, I call it Dad Bod Be Gone. That's the whole theme of it, where the camera follows me around on this journey. So it's 5 weeks in. It's going to probably take a year to get from point A to point B. Then I have an alter ego. Once upon a time, I used to be a professional tennis player, and then I was in a band. I formed a band. We were recording artists. We toured and stuff. It was a heavy metal band. So just kind of harkening back to my entertainment days, I host a couple of shows. One of which, here's a surprise, is a party geared around hard rock and heavy metal. That's on Monday nights, 8 Eastern. And then something that is really near and dear to me. I've always loved music and animals. And I said, there's been a lot of great shows that have song requests. There's also been a lot of great pet shows, one of which I'm supposed to go on Monday with Kitty Commander, a Meow Me. She's going to feature my cat, Wimbledon. So I'm really excited about that. But I said, let's do this. Let's kind of do a Frankenstein thing. It's almost like peanut butter and chocolate, where I just mashed the two together, where I said, okay, I'll do song requests. But the way somebody gets a song request is they bring their pet on and introduce us to them. So I call it pet requests. It's probably the stupidest idea ever to come down the pike, but people love it, and so do I. So we're having a blast. That's gaining a lot of traction, actually. And really, beyond that, I'm just happy to be invited to shows. I've had the pleasure of having conversations with you. We were on a show together the other night. I thought it was streaming history. I thought it was lightning in a bottle. To be on with you, and you're very fast and quick. And I was cracking up the whole time. And then I got some other stuff coming up. I want to be on with Silly Lily on Friday with Melody, and I was on with Sweet Pea on that Melody too. So the bottom line is I'm trying to be the best version of me, athletic again, for me to be vital and healthy. And as a dad, I'm old. I'm 55. My sons are just turning 20 in a couple days. I'm trying to stick around for a while and be actually not just alive, like existing. I want to be alive. So this is very important to me. And for anyone that's out there that doesn't know me already, please do go to Air Raid Siren. It's 3 words: Air Raid Siren. Don't do anything here at Tech Enthusiast. Just look me up. Hit me with the fave. Give me your wallet. Give me all your money. I'm kidding. I always make that joke. Give me a wallet. But please do.
I don't have one.
We've got a little bit of a movement going on, and I am getting great results. The clothes are fitting looser in the right places. The scale weight's coming down. I'm starting to feel like a human being. And again, just some call outs. Melody's been a great support at Queenstar. You should fave them. There's a lot of other regulars that come in too, but I don't want to list them all right now. And again, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. Mr. Fixie, you got to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do in your streams and that, and if you have anything upcoming that you're doing, any projects, any shows you're on.
Right now, I stream every day. I do 2 streams a day, morning and then middle evening, like around 5 o'clock. I have a show that's soon to be featured called Fixit's Corner, where we talk about projects that we're proud of, projects that went terribly wrong, or if you have a do-it-yourself project and need help with, I come in, talk to my guests, and we'll give you pointers, and then you come back a week later, and we, or you could come back a week later and tell us all about how it worked. I have an auction come up in August. I'm not sure what the date is right now or the time. And that's about all I have going on right now.
Cool. For everybody who's just joining, I'm Kevtastic Gamer. This is Talk Nerdy to Me. It's on every Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 12 a.m. Here we talk about tech, gadgets, collectibles, gaming, all the nerdy talk. I have Air Raid Siren and Mr. Fixit here in the box, and we're just getting nerdy. Appreciate everybody for being here. Appreciate you guys for being here. So, you guys have anything else you really want to talk about? About Star Wars or gaming or anything? You guys?
Shame on me. I didn't mention I've been fortunate enough to be on Mr. Fixit show. It's a great show.
Oh,
We talked, it was a couple weeks ago,
Yep.
and he was nice to have me on. I'll tell you real quickly. One of my sons ran over an extension cord with the lawnmower.
I remember you saying that.
Sadly, it wasn't accidental. He thought it was okay to do that because he told me the first 4 or 5 times I did it, nothing happened, so I thought it was okay. Anyways, I did a repair of that after talking to Mr. Fixit, and I was able to kind of recount that. But I had a blast on his show. He has a great show, so you guys should definitely check it out.
If first you don't succeed, try again until it doesn't work, and then repair it.
Well, I plugged it in, and all the lights went out in the neighborhood. But other than that, the repair went fabulously well.
I'm sure your son's eyebrows and hair grew back.
Yeah, they're still glowing though, so I don't know. Go figure.
He still has that night vision.
Yeah, I've always wanted fluorescent twin sons, so it's kind of a dream come true. But hopefully, the radioactivity or whatever it is, I'll get the Geiger meter out and we'll see how they're doing.
They'll stop acting like Thor and shooting lightning bolts, right?
Yeah, I feel like Anthony Hopkins with 2 bad eyes right now. So I don't know.
So, question about gaming with you guys. If you had to pick one console to stick with, which one would it be and why?
You want to go first, Mr. Fixit?
Well, it's not really. I went from Atari to regular Nintendo to PlayStation, so I've had every PlayStation since. So I'm gonna have to say I'd stay with the PlayStation group. So
Yeah, my first one was Nintendo. Played Sega, played Super Nintendo, then I had PlayStation. I have played Xbox before. Like I've liked their what was it called? The Overlord games are good, Fables games are good, so was the Gears of War. But I've always been a PlayStation guy myself. Like I don't know, there's just something about them. I feel like with the PlayStation Plus, it gives you more and stuff. It's just I've always liked it. Plus, PlayStation 5 has that ray tracking in it, and Xbox doesn't, and that's phenomenal. But Air, what would be your system you'd pick?
Well, I've been a have your cake and eat it too kind of person. If you talk to the really hardcore gaming community, they're all PC gamers.
Oh yes,
People
definitely.
do console gaming for the exclusives. So the short answer is, for example, the 2 big ones that people talk about a lot are Xbox and PlayStation. I have both. I love games on both of them. Technology-wise, technically, the Xbox Series X is actually the most prolific one right now, but I love my PS5 too. As a matter of fact, Mark Sandy, who's the guy that designs these, he's the head guy. You should watch him. He's just a joy to listen to talk about the architecture. He also, and this is kind of a half joke, but he has one of those ASMR voices where if you need to fall asleep, you throw him on, you'll be 5 minutes later, if you're tired. The other thing too is the big one. Actually, the biggest one is the Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
They actually dwarf these guys in sales, but the PS2 is still the biggest selling console of the whole lot. That was a
Yeah, all time. Yeah.
I just love them both. I love Sony. I had a Sony TV. Xbox, of course, I end up representing and handling. So I have an obvious attachment to that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, my favorite console is the one I'm using.
Great ones. Yeah, I'm a big Nintendo fan myself because of the fact that this was my first game system. I grew up with it. I love that the Switch, Nintendo's like Disney. They always pay homage to what came before and what made them who they are. And I love that they have all the old games on there and stuff. They even have some Sega games too on there. And I really enjoy that with the Nintendo, I think it's like Plus or whatever it's called. Um, it's really, really cool that they actually have Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, the Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Sega, and they really have them on. I really enjoy those old school ones because, like I said, it's like reliving your childhood and bringing back those memories. And I love that Nintendo did that. Now, PlayStation does that with their PlayStation Plus, which is cool, but not to the extent of Nintendo. Nintendo seems to be the one that really goes way back with their stuff, which is cool. Although I wish they had a couple things on there that they don't. But like right now, what's really crazy about Nintendo is that they have the longest running console that they have not made a sequel to. They have not, like, the Switch has been around for 7 years. Everything else lasted 4 to 5 years before they had a new one. This one's, it's been 7 years. I heard they're coming out with a new one soon, but 7 years, that's crazy, unchanged. I mean, they have the one with the new screen and stuff, but like it's still basically the same.
I don't have that one yet.
Hey,
Actually.
Kev,
I gotta get my act in
you
gear.
mind if I hop out? I'm not feeling well right now.
All right, I hope you feel better, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that.
Hope you feel better, Mr. Fix It.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, I guess that's end of the show for tonight. I appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks a lot, Mr. Fix It, for being here. I know you weren't feeling well, but I appreciate you being here. We had fun tonight. Every Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 12 a.m. is Talk Nerdy to Me, where we do gadgets, tech, video games, and collectibles. If you guys would tune in every Saturday, it'd be great. I'm probably going to also work on doing it for YouTube as well. So the guests that I have on there, I'm going to have them come back during the week and do some filming for YouTube as well, because I got a YouTube channel. That's Kevtastic Talk Nerdy to Me. I have a TikTok, Kevtastic Gamer, and I don't believe I have anything up and coming except for an auction on the 20th that I'm doing soon. Other than that, I mean, I stream daily after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and say some wild stuff. Cartoon Cat, what do you expect? But I really do appreciate everybody for being here and taking the time to hang out. If anybody wants to hang out after the show, you're more than welcome to. We could just chill and talk more nerdy or just whatever.